Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 2018 Toyota Avalon Limited. Up front is a 3.5 liter V6, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Avalon because I've never driven this generation of Avalon. I think these cars are really good deals, and I think that they're severely overlooked. And so this might be your opportunity to walk away with a car that's not only very well equipped, but won't break the bank. And that's a good spot to be in. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And huge thank you to Napleton, Subaru, and Schaumburg for letting me borrow their Avalon for today's video. You can see all of their inventory in the description below. But let's get back to that 3.5 liter V6. It is a wonderful and reliable V6. Toyota used it for a very long time, and they worked out almost all the kinks with it in that time period. I trust a 3.5 liter from Toyota more than almost any engine ever made ever. And if something does go wrong with it, there are plenty of parts to go around to fix it. It's not a one-off engine that's going to require a search and overnight parts from Japan just to fix. They put it into a lot of vehicles, and so that's a very good thing. Like I said, paired to it is a 6-speed automatic. 6-speed, tried and true, reliable, good transmission. Their 8 speeds are good as well, but it's not a CVT. And so, again, another really solid point of the Avalon and why it's a good deal. Last but not least about the drivetrain, it is front-wheel drive. So how does it feel to drive the Avalon? Well, this is really starting to dip its toe into Lexus's feeling. It drives nice, it has a sturdy ride, steering is light, throttle response is not really there, but that's not really the point of this car, so who cares that much? It's a nice driving experience. If you're going to drive this thing downtown or across the country, you're going to do so in comfort, and that's what I love to see. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 physical gauges and a screen. Off to the left is my tachometer and coolant temperature, and off to the right is my speedometer and fuel, and then I get that little information screen down in the center that I can swipe through a couple different things. It's not anything crazy. I wish it gave me a little bit more information, but beggars can't be choosers. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our volume, go back, mode and hold, and off to the right, we have the phone options, voice commands, lane keep assist, pre-collision warning, and cruise control, along with we do have paddle shifters around the back if you really want to shift that 6-speed automatic. Off to the left, we have 2 climate control vents, pre-collision warning, traction control off, blind spot monitoring, trunk release, and the rear sunshade, which does still work, as you can see over my shoulder. Absolutely love those rear sunshades. On the door, we have 2 levels of memory seats, power mirrors, power locks, and power windows, of which are all auto, and they made sure that you knew that with their caps lock on. Moving into the center, we have our hazard switch with 2 climate control vents and our infotainment. This is kind of weird. The buttons are not really buttons. They're flat, and they're not very fun to touch because you're not really sure if you hit them properly or not. So don't really love that, and this is very, very dated. Even by 2018 standards, the infotainment system in this was very dated, and so it's not great. This is going to be a big downside, but I don't worry too much because you can always retrofit your own radio into the dash. Down below, we do have our climate controls, dual zone climate, and a little digital readout for all of it, which is nice to see for sure. However, again, feels rather dated. Fan speed is a similar button, not button thing that I don't love. However, down below, we do get a wireless charger. That is definitely a nice feature to have. And the shifter off to the left, it is the jigsaw style shifter from Toyota that they used for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Actually still using some of their products today. But off to the right, we do have cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the Avalon Limited. However, it fails. No one is surprised, but you still gotta report it. Then back off to the left, we have our heated and ventilated seat switches. So you just turn it to the left for ventilation, to the right for heat, and you can push them back into the console when you're not using it. So very, very cool to see that. We also have 3 drive modes for Eco, Normal, and Sport, which is nice to see as well. Center console has a 12-volt outlet, but that's it. And moving on to the seats are heated, ventilated, power, and memory. Pretty much anything I could ask for from a luxury seat. Of course, minus massage feature, but most Lexus products don't even get massage, so I'm not too shocked there. These are very nice seats, very comfortable, and I like them a lot. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2018 Toyota Avalon, and this is where the car really comes into its own. Way beyond a Camry. I can sit here, even slouching down, my knees are not hitting the seat in front of me, my head is not hitting the ceiling. If I sit up properly, my head is still not hitting the ceiling. Tons and tons of space back here. If you plan on either driving people around a lot, especially for like car services, Uber, Lyft, whatever it might be, this is fantastic for that. I also get rear heated seats. I get rear control for the climate. I can change up and down. The only thing is that it doesn't seem like I can personally control the rear sunshade, which would be nice, but not terrible. I'm surviving, guys. Don't worry. We do get a center console, pops out. We have 2 cup holders in there, and we do have a 12-volt outlet down below. Tons of great amenities back here. Again, rideshare service, this might as well be a Rolls Royce. I mean, really, truly. So, and actually, I always say this. I've driven 2 Rolls Royces. They only had rear heated seats as well. They did not have rear cooled seats. So this is on par with Rolls Royce. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Anyway, let's hop into the very back. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, around the back of the Avalon, press and hold here on the key fob to pop the trunk and pull it up the rest of the way, and there it is. Tons and 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 tons of space back here. I would expect that. I just got out of a Camry from a similar era, and it was like this as well, but this is even more. You will have no issues putting stuff back here unless you have to fit a bed frame that's still assembled. Get a U-Haul truck for that. Other stuff, you're going to be fine in the back of your Avalon, and I love seeing that. I don't have any crazy amenities back here to share, but there you go. That's the rear trunk space of a 2018 Toyota Avalon. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I actually really like this sort of burgundy paint that's on it. I think it's a stylish paint job. I think it works really well, especially with the almond interior. I think they play off each other very well, and overall it makes the car feel a lot classier. And I like, because the Avalon, as I mentioned earlier on, is sort of teetering on Lexus's territory. And so the paint scheme, the exterior really rivals that as well. I think if you shoved a Lexus badge up at the front, people wouldn't really know the difference between this and the ES. However, with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the Toyota Avalon Limited from 2018? Well, I've really liked this experience. Besides the weird buttons on the center console that I really hate, I can't find anything else that I dislike. I like the color combo, although most people might not. I actually like the color combo. I like bright interiors. They make my day happier. And that's how I feel in here. Heated and ventilated seats that are also memory is wonderful. The extra leg room in the back, the trunk space, just the extra cabin room, really, really nice. The rear power sunshade is lovely. And you wrap all of that up with the reliability of that V6, and you have quite the good car. You can also find these for not super expensive on the secondhand market. And so if you're looking for that Camry, you're looking for that Corolla, you're looking for something point A to point B, and you have the privilege of a decently big parking spot, or at least not a tiny city parking spot, I think this is definitely something you should look for. Or even if you're looking at like a brand new Toyota Corolla, 2024 Toyota Corolla, as much as I love those cars, for a similar price to get all of these features, that's hard to pass up. And what's interesting is that almost everyone has given up on the Avalon. Toyota themselves stopped making the Avalon. No one really wanted them. No one really bought them. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. If you have a theory, please leave it in the comments. But I don't know why more people didn't buy these. These cars are wonderful. They're well equipped and they're nice. It seems to me like this would be a no-brainer to sell well, but I guess that's why I don't run Toyota's marketing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg for letting me take out their Toyota Avalon Limited. They've been absolutely wonderful to work with over all these years. I have filmed so many cars from them. They're always super wonderful to work with. I appreciate what they do, and if you'd like to browse their inventory, you can do so in the description below. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.